Hi everyone, this is Desiree. This first portion of the video, the unboxing, takes about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. If you'd like to skip ahead, we'll do the swatching after with talking. Thanks. Good morning. This is Desiree, and I am going to be doing some swatching from the inks that I ordered from Goulet pens the other day. I like to do my swatches and my currently inked in my little traveler's notebook, passport size. I like having the swatches in little booklets, and I put them according to color, although some of them can be a little bit on the fence here, especially those orange browns, but today I'm going to be doing something in the blues and greens and something in the yellow, pinks, oranges, and reds. So we'll start with that one. I'm going to be using my glass dip pen to do these swatches today. Although it doesn't write the same as the fountain pens, it's kind of fun because it's easy to clean it off when I'm doing a bunch of different inks at once. That one I got from the Glass Dip Pen Company. And I'm going to start with the Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. So we'll start with that. I like this color a lot. I had it as a sample. But I really liked it, so I bought one. So I'm going to start with the glass dip. And hopefully. I have this all in the camera. I have a tendency to be filming on the outside of it for some reason. Okay, so this is Robert Oster. Cherry Blossom. I think it's a very lovely color. I like colors for writing and for doing journals and different things like that. I like them to be more on the dark side, even though I love vibrant colors for art. I really don't like vibrant colors or light colors much for doing writing. So I kind of look for the darker ones, the ones that at least dry fairly dark for that. I also like doing the square and also a little watercolor test that you'll see. I'll explain to you later when I do the big swatch. But I was doing the drying tests, but I find it more valuable to me to just do testing for the waterproof, for the permanent qualities after it's dry, because if I'm doing watercolor, I want to know which inks to use and which ones will blend and which ones will, hold their permanency. So. So there's that. This is just so easy to clean off and get set up for the next one. And I'm going to do the bigger swatch with my paintbrush. I have some inks that I just love because of the color, and I don't use them to write with. I use them in my journal or in my art. I'll do some swatches of those at some point, I'm sure. So this is really a beautiful color, very reminiscent of Bing cherries, that Bing deep gray, maroon, pink color. That you find staining your fingers in the summer after eating some Bing cherries. So there's that one. What I do is, after everything's dry, I do this test here, but I also will do kind of a little test with a paintbrush and blotting it out just to see, how much comes out. It's really easy to see when I do things, when I do those, so it's kind of good. But I have to wait until that dries to be able to do those, so there's that one, and we will move on to the next one after I cap my ink. All right, so I think I'm going to do the Shikiori. Next, this is a Sailor ink. This one was kind of a surprise to me. I looked at the sample and it looked like it was a little lighter with a little sheening, but this one is very dark black green, and it doesn't have much sheening. It's kind of very wet, chalky ink, but it probably will be good for writing, although I have it inked up actually in a Conklin pen that has a medium nib, which I prefer fine nibs for my writing, and it will be good, in terms of being very dark, but I don't think that that it's, the color is what I thought it was. So this is the Sailor. Shikiori. Very dark black green. And again, I have to make sure I have everything in the picture here. All right, so there's that one. So I like to do a lot of writing. You'll see I actually did an ASMR video with the cherry blossom and a little bit of haiku. So that one will be posted too. And when I say I do a lot of poetry writing, I mean I'm writing a lot of people's poetry. Not that I'm creating the poems myself. I just really enjoy using those as a way of enjoying writing with the pen and ink. And I pick out ones that I especially like, or ones that go with the color of the ink sometimes. I just really enjoy the process of the writing, the ink and on the paper. So, oops, I kept that one too soon. So now I'm going to do the swatch with the brush. And it is very dark. Before I go to the last color, I wanted to show you how I do the blotting once the ink is dry. I think this is a Caran d'Ache water brush, if I'm not mistaken. I use this to put down the dots, and also I can use it for my little circle blob. So what I do is I just scrub in the paint a little while. This is completely dry, and then I take a tissue and I just blot that as well as the little dots on the grid, and that just gives me kind of an idea of, you know, of how permanent it is. Some of the inks are slightly, you know, waterproof, so if you don't really scrub on them, they'll maintain pretty well, and it won't ruin the words if you were actually writing with them. Others, you know, the minute you put it on, pretty much everything is dissolved and gone. And those are all, you know, there is no good or bad. It's just nice for me to know if I'm using them with mixed media, or thinking that somehow, you know, there's going to be a possibility of getting water on them. So anyway, it's just kind of a nice thing. So that's what I do with those. Yeah. The last ink that I'm going to swatch today is the Pilot Iroshizuku Shinkai. This is a beautiful blue, and it dries fairly dark. It's kind of a midnighty gray blue cornflower. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's really, really lovely. I really like it a lot. All right, so let's see how this one looks. Really beautiful. And as usual, I will test that in a while after it's dry. Now for the big swatch with the paintbrush. Really beautiful. All right. That was, again, this one. Oop. All right, that's it for this morning. It's really a beautiful day, very fall-like. So have a good day, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.